I told you that I had a strong feeling that in our lifetime we would see a DC Marvel crossover on the big screen. And it looks like this just may be happening. Okay? Call me Magnus Prophet from now on, alright? Because I told y'all that this would probably happen. There's a lot more years left, and they've already crossed over in the comics, and now we got this possibly happening. If it don't happen in the next 10 years, it might happen in the next 40 years. And I plan on being around here for the next 40 or more. Trust me. So anyway, let's check this out. Marvel rumored to take over DC Comics. A big rumor has hit the net that in the wake of AT&T firing Dan DiDio, that Marvel and Kevin Feige may take over DC Comics. It's claimed that AT&T wasn't happy at all with Dan DiDio's latest attempt at rebooting DC Comics with the upcoming 5G event, aka the 5th generation reboot of DC, which would have seen classic characters replaced with a contemporary take on the characters. It said that DiDio butted heads with Batman writer Scott Snyder over the 5G reboot, as Snyder didn't want his comics involved with the event, which caused problems at DC. So Friday saw DiDio called into the AT&T Warner Bros. Offices, where he was fired and let go from DC Comics, which saw DiDio exit the grounds immediately. It's claimed that AT&T doesn't want to do the 5G reboot as they have too much at stake with classic characters involved with the movies and television shows and the various merchandise products divisions which do make money, as DC Comics sales have been rather poor. It said AT&T is considering using Hollywood movie and TV writers on the DC Comics, writers who already have a proven track record, instead of comic book writers. An example would be James Gunn writing a comic, Greg Berlanti returning to write for comics. And now, since J.J. Abrams is with Warner Media, Abrams would write comics, such as how Abrams recently wrote Spider-Man with his son for Marvel. That was a big success. So having the new 5G comic characters, such as a black Batman, wouldn't fit with a Robert Pattinson Batman on the big screen and all of the marketing and promotion involved, toys, etc. I'll also add that Marvel Comics tried a similar approach with their Marvel Now event that saw classic characters replaced, which failed miserably. So before I continue this, also, you might say, hey, Warner Brothers, you never know what type of deal they're willing to strike. All right? You never know. Just talk to Sony and Marvel about that. So let's check this out. AT&T considering licensing DC Comics to Marvel. It's claimed that what AT&T is also attempting is getting out of the publishing side of things altogether and farming DC Comics out, possibly to Marvel. Note, Ethan Van Sciver said AT&T will close down DC Comics if 5G fails. It's said AT&T doesn't want to sell DC Comics because they see the value in the various intellectual properties. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. The Lords of the Long Box YouTube channel does note that the rumor of Marvel taking over DC Comics might be just something thrown out there by AT&T and Warner Bros. In order to see the fan reaction. You don't know the power of a reaction. But at the same time notes that instead of having no DC Comics published, wouldn't it be better to have Marvel take over and publish the DC Comics and characters? You damn right, because then we're going to eventually see them in the movies. It's going to happen if that happens. It will eventually happen. Mark my words. The YouTubers even go so far as to state that as a part of the deal, it could mean that Feige, who recently became in charge of Marvel Publishing, may develop some of the DC characters into movies or even bring some of the characters into the MCU, such as through the multiverse. While that all might sound like a stretch, Disney and Sony have come to, that's right, do a deal using Spider-Man in the MCU. So why not AT&T licensing out their DC characters, especially if AT&T has no interest in publishing? Interesting enough, just this December saw Jeff Johns tease a DC and Marvel crossover. And that's right, he teased a crossover at the end of the Doomsday Clock. That's right. I'm telling y'all, this shit is going to happen. Alright? And I plan on being in at least one of those movies. Alright? Damn it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen sooner or later. I think, listen, I've been thinking that it's going to happen anyway. Like, if they stay separate, I think these powerful heads of the industry are going to sit down and say, look, let's do a crossover event. All right. On the big screen. Look, the fans want it. We've always wanted it. Okay? Write them like you write the comics. Have the fights come to stalemates, or one from your side wins this fight, and then one from your side wins this fight, and then one from your side wins this fight, and one from your side wins this fight. You know what I mean? Y'all know how to do one, and it'd be buku bucks, buku billions, all right? All right? It would do buku billions, and you guys know it. Warner, Marvel, Disney, Sony, you know it. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. And if you enjoyed my reaction to this wonderful rumor, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!